Hello, everyone. My name's Jamie from All Movies Fresh. Today, we're joined by a special guest, Zaire Adams, who stars in Senior Year and also the latest release of Free Ridge, which you could check on Netflix on there. How you been keeping today, Zaire?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for wanting to interview me. This is pretty crazy. I'm out here with the England people. Like, what's up, guys?
I'm excited for this one. I've been looking forward to this one, prepping all week for this.
Yeah, me too.
So let's kickstart it. Well, first off, congratulations on two big releases. Started Rebel Wilson, then onto this. Busy, 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 which is good. But how did you develop a passion for acting? What was it that you decided to say, right, I'm going to enter the entertainment industry. I'm going to become an actor.
It's just one of those things where I've just felt like I was born to do it. Like,
Awesome.
I come from a musical family, so I was always singing a lot as a kid, but I was also like always dancing around the house a lot, and I was always like reenacting a lot of the stuff that I saw on like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. I was like a really big Degrassi fan as a child, and I was just really fascinated with entertainment and the entertainment industry. And when I was around 5, my dad was like, "Hey, do you want to act? Do you want to try to act?" And I was put into acting classes around 5 years old. So that's kind of where that love came from and where it started from.
Brilliant. That's amazing. Lord, literally, you knew you were born to be an actor, and you've smashed it. You've actually achieved your goal already, and I can only see it going on upwards and onwards as well. And any like particular films or like filmmakers that have sort of inspired you to play a role, or even to decide, right, you know what, this is the reason I'm going to become an actor as well.
Um, it's a little bit of both. I think, like I said, like I just always kind of knew I wanted to do this, and I always
Yeah,
just there was something about the arts and there was something about entertainment that just not only naturally gravitated to, but it was
yeah.
just kind of in me within me. Like one thing I like to always remember is my acting coach told me that comedy just comes natural to me, and he always wanted me to hone in on that and specialize that. So it's just like some things were just out of my control, but
Yeah.
also I was heavily like as a kid, I was a really big fan of like the Disney kid stars. I was heavily
Okay.
influenced by like Kiki Palmer growing up. I always admired a lot of the work that she done. I took a lot of inspiration from Kiki Palmer for
Yeah.
Andre and Free Ridge as well as Nelson Ellis from True Blood. He
Yeah.
was one of my biggest inspirations as a kid. And I was also a really big fan of Evan Rachel Wood, and
Okay.
I just loved everything she did as well. So I watched those people a lot growing up, and I was like, whatever they're doing, I want to try and do as well.
I think you gain a lot of energy from Kiki Palmer because I see a lot of videos. She's so excited, like buzzing
Yeah,
all the time. Um,
yeah,
and I mean, in Free Ridge, Andre is this like bubbly, live, fun character. I've watched some of your interviews as well, and it seems like you've gained your characteristics that you have and your tributes and literally put it into this character, and it's like you're playing yourself. I mean, would you agree with what I'm saying in that aspect?
yeah. No, Andre is definitely an extension of myself. There are so many characteristics that were not like at all, but
Yeah.
there were so many characteristics about myself that I saw in Andre, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna blow this up times 100 for him. I'm gonna like maximize this element of myself and just put it out there for Andre because he's so larger than life.
Yeah.
So a lot of like my qualities I kind of had to just really big up for Andre, and that was a really fun process to do.
Brilliant. Brilliant. With the success of Senior Year, what sort, when you saw the role for Andre, what was it that you said, right, this is the perfect role for me? Is it, because of the type of character that Andre was in the show, or was there something else on that?
No, I definitely the way they broke the character down when I saw the
Yeah.
audition, because my manager sent it to me. The way they broke it down, there was just, I kid you not, when I read it, I was like, this is perfect for me. Like, this
Yeah.
is the perfect role for me. And I'm going to give this the best freaking audition that I could possibly give to an audition. And lo and behold, I got it. So yeah, it was something in me when I saw the audition. I was like, wow, this is a good one. Like, something is telling me that I have a good chance at this.
Def- I think your manager, literally found the perfect role for you this. And, the directors and producers did an amazing job in choosing you for Andre because I think what it is, the way I look at it is it's the energy and the amount of work you put into it. And we were laughing every time watching you on the show. I absolutely love it. Was when you were doing the radio talk show in the school as well. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Like I think we were rooting, and then obviously what happened with the relationship in the show, and then we were upset for you, but at the same time, you just literally bottled it in and just kept going on there. And it was amazing. I mean, what was the if you had to say one point that you'd say, right, this is the best thing about playing Andre, what would it be that you enjoyed the most?
Um, I enjoyed two things the most. I
Okay.
enjoyed the fact that I got a lot of creative input on Andre as a character. So I got a lot of say so in what he was wearing on the show.
Okay.
Um, like the fact that I got to wear my do-rags. I actually wore a do-rag in my audition, and the creators of the show asked me if it was okay to incorporate that into the character. And I was like, that's perfect. I wear do-rags all the time.
Yeah.
Um, and I just got so much creative input on Andre to bring him to life. And I also, as well, love the fact that the one thing about playing that character was I was providing a lot of visibility for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of Black boys, a lot of brown boys, a lot of gay
Mm.
boys. I was providing a lot of visibility and maybe even a character on TV that they have yet to see,
Yeah.
but they got to see a character like me or like Andre or like them in Free Range, and I'm really happy about that.
That I mean, that brings me on to my point about what you said as well about invisibility. I think what shows nowadays are exploring like sexuality, race, gender, all these factors on there. And if we go back many, many years ago, that was seen as abnormal,
Yeah, very
and it was
taboo.
like looked down upon. But now I think it gives people who are sort of bottle it inside that they can see, oh, I know it's only a show, but it gives them the inspiration to, come out, talk about their experiences, what they follow, things like that, who they are. And you did that.
Yeah, we all need someone or something to resonate with or
Yeah.
relate to or see ourselves in, whether it's real or fictional. So I love that I got to be able to do that with Andre.
Definitely. I think it's like you are proud and happy for what you are, and it gives the motivation to others as well. They're like, you know what? If he could do it, then I can do it on there. It's like he did an amazing job in it as well. The chemistry between you all was exceptional, and I think this is what created an amazing show. But behind the scenes, have you guys developed friendships outside as well?
Yeah, yeah. Fun fact, I've known Tenzing since we were like 15. I've known
Oh,
Tenzing, who played Cam, a really long time,
yeah.
and we actually trained together. We went to the same acting coach for years.
Okay.
And so when I saw him at the audition,
Yeah.
we both like it was like a silent recognition of one another. And at the
Yeah.
end of the audition, Tenzing was like, "Hey, me and Zaire actually
Yeah.
know each other. We've known each other a really long time."
Yeah.
And the creator of the show was like, "That makes so much sense. Like you guys just had natural chemistry." And well, before we actually started filming, I got to have a few like intimate hangouts with the cast, and we actually all clicked really, really fast. And like,
That's what it is. Yeah, I think because nowadays you can see people post on Instagram, a lot of actors and actresses, the behind the scenes, like what they get up to and stuff. And I think what's important, it's like a sports team, for example, is socializing outside of doing what your job is as well, and that builds the chemistry, and then you can bring that energy literally straight to the scene, go straight into it, and you can have the best actors and actresses in the world, but if there's no chemistry there, then as an overall, the show or the film will just fail. But I mean, you all absolutely smashed it. I thought, you know what? I think ignore the criticism, what's going on. People saying this, focus on the positives because you guys literally ripped it apart.
thank you. And so many chemistry reads went into that before we was
Yeah.
even like all cast. So I'm happy that you acknowledge that and say that because yeah, it wasn't like we all just got cast and like met on the first day of set. No, there was so many steps that went into this even happening. So I thank you for like even acknowledging that. Honestly.
It's great. You starred in movies, starred in TV series. But more so TV series. Would you say you like filming TV series, or would you prefer film, or is it a mixture of both?
I like TV more. I think
Yeah,
Free Range for sure kind of solidified that
yeah,
experience for me. But I love filming TV more. And I think one of the main reasons that I love filming TV more is um even if it's like one season, there is such an opportunity for character growth, and there's an opportunity to really showcase what you're capable of as an actor.
yeah.
And that's what I love about TV. Like it allows a story to build and unfold, and it allows an actor to really progress as an actor, I feel like.
That's I think that's a great explanation of it because you see with movies it has to be within sort of time frame,
Yeah,
whereas
hour
each
and a half.
episode, yeah,
Yeah.
with each episode we saw every single character develop, and hopefully with if fingers crossed it gets renewed for a second season, then we'll see. Like I mean, with on my block we saw the main four characters in it. We'll see other people's stories as well building up as well to it, and getting everyone's story, everyone involved, and it just creates more like energy in there as well, and it creates like you're not just focused on one story, you've got multiples as well. Which to be honest, I think they did that in season one of Free Ridge. They sort of explored everyone's story, so it wasn't just
Yeah,
a one pit.
everyone kind of got like a fair share of an
Yeah,
experience in Free Range. Like all of the characters, even beyond the core four, we were all kind of going through something, and the show was showcasing that.
definitely. What kind of roles do you want to take on in the future? Is there any specific that you like to do?
All I know is I would love to play like a superhero or an X-Men
Yeah,
character or something like that, something in like the Marvel world, or I would love to do like a musical because I started off in musical theater. That's my original like roots. So I would love to kind of tap back into that one day too.
awesome. So you're an upcoming actor. Have you wrote down anything, or is there any goals that you want to achieve as an actor?
You know, it's funny that you asked that because I thought about that the other day and I sat there and I realized I was like, whoa, I kind of have accomplished the big goals that I
Yeah,
originally had. I accomplished the fact that I was in a movie, a successful movie. I accomplished the fact that I was a part of my first TV show as a main character. And I've accomplished a commercial and a music video. So now it's like, okay, what is the next level or the next universe of success that I want to experience now that I've experienced my first original goals. Now I kind of have to make new ones. So I'm wondering that myself. I'm trying to figure out what are my new goals as an actor.
that's good to hear. That you've achieved it, and the best
Mhm.
thing is about yourself already. You've said, right, I've done that. Now I'm going to create a new set of goals. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to achieve them as well, and I'm just going to keep on going and going on there. And I think that's with yourself on there, as speaking to you as an actor as well. I don't think it's a profession for you. I think it's more just it's a hobby, which is what you want.
Yeah, no, you have no idea how many times so many people would be like, "Oh, well, what are your hobbies?" And I would be like, I act, I sing, I dance. And it was like, no, we know that. Like, we know that's what you do, but what do you do outside of that? And I'm like, um, I think that's about it. So this is all I know. This is my life,
Yeah.
and it kind of encompasses my whole life, which I'm fine with, and I love it. So yeah, it's just kind of like now I gotta not really start over, but see what's new, see what else is ready for me.
Wicked. Being an actor, there's millions of people watching your show worldwide. You're going to get a mixture of positive, negative reviews. How do you deal with the various reviews that you get?
You know, I think I have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder because I'm very much a product of my time and I grew up on social media. So I got my own fair share of hatred before I even had like a
Yeah,
spotlight on me because people just have so much to say online. So nowadays, like after since Free Rick is out, I'm like, okay, they hate it. That sucks for them.
yeah, yeah,
That's their problem. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. You know, everyone is art is subjective. TV,
mhm,
movie, film, music, everything is subjective. And as of lately, I just see myself if I see something, a negative comment, if it's really mean, I'll block that person
Yeah,
just to not have that, in my eyes view. But 9 times out of 10, I'll just scroll past it, giggle a little bit because hey, maybe they're having a bad day and whatever they're saying has nothing to do with me. So
that's true. I think what it is as you rise upon the levels,
yeah,
jealousy intervenes, and it's like people. I'd say the biggest subjective things are comedy and horror. Everyone's got a different sense of humor, so
yeah,
some people might not find your show funny, some people might do. It's just varying on there. But I think you answered my next question. It's like how you deal with like rejection or negative comments on there. What would you say like as a challenge that you faced in becoming an actor?
I want to say the biggest challenge was being consistent, and that sounds harder or it sounds easier said than done.
Yeah,
But the thing about acting is there is no, it's kind of unreliable. So it's
okay.
hard to be consistent because you're like, wow, you might not have booked anything in a few months, and now you're wondering, whoa, is this the right path for me? Is this what I'm really meant to be doing? If I can't even, book a commercial, it's so many things that kind of go into our heads as actors. And I guess the one thing is really just being your biggest cheerleader and being your
Mhm.
biggest champion and being consistent and having to consistently convince yourself that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah,
Sure. Is it a lot of sleepless nights as an actor, would you say?
yeah, especially when you're working, especially when you're actually an actual working actor. There were, especially the last few weeks on Free Rage. I mean, we were getting there at like 5 in the morning, not leaving till 2 in the morning. So
Wow.
a lot of sleepless nights for sure.
Because you sing and act as well, would you say that helps you more in the entertainment industry being so versatile?
Yeah, definitely. It just gives you like an inch over people sometimes, and it gives you
Yeah.
that just kind of like little spark or something surprise maybe because the Free Ridge creators did not know that I could sing. They knew I could sing, but not actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I actually got to show them because I sang the brand new Dre theme song on the show,
Yeah.
when I got to show them that, they were like kind of shocked because they were like, "We didn't know you actually could do that. Like, we want to write more about you singing. We want to incorporate that more if we possibly can." So yeah, it always kind of is like a fun little tidbit that people find out about me.
Wicked. That's amazing. You said you released a single as well, didn't you?
Yes, I do have my debut single out, "Back to Lonely."
What was it like when you released it? Were you just sort of nervous, or were you happy, or was it mixed emotions?
Yeah, I did it. I did it because one, I have so much music. I have so many songs. I literally
Yeah.
have like 2 albums worth of music, and I've been hoarding on to it because I'm a perfectionist and I'm a bit of a procrastinator, and I'm also very nervous when it comes to my music. And Free Ridge had been out for maybe like a week, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just drop it. Let's just put something out there just to have something out there. I want to be able to say I have a song out, and 30 minutes later it was on iTunes. So yeah.
Wicked. Wicked. Is any up and coming projects that you could share with us that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, I just actually recently filmed my debut music video directed by Supo Supreme. It will be
Okay.
coming out within the next month or so. And my debut EP, First Semester, will be out this summer.
Wicked, wicked. I'll be on the lookout, share it, get everyone listening to it as well. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck at that as well. The entertainment industry is very difficult to enter. What mistakes and lessons would you say you've learned so far that helps you shape you as a person today?
I one mistake I learned is to um how do I say this? It Networking is really important. Networking is very important, but do not sacrifice your time, your health, your space, or your body to be anywhere, to be in any space.
Yeah,
Especially in the entertainment industry, because you will come into contact with so many people who are greedy, so many people who want something completely different from you, but they're promising you something else. So, one mistake I had to learn was it's okay to stay to yourself. It's okay to be
yeah,
alone. And one lesson, I guess that's also a lesson I learned, was you don't have to try to fit in everywhere in the industry, because there's so many corners, there's so many circles, and you will fit in where you'll naturally fit in. And I guess I have to learn that as well.
Wicked. I love that. I love that. That's brilliant. That is. Is there any advice that you've received someone that you've actually learned a lot from?
Yeah, my coach, my acting coach, who I once again trained with Tenzing with, his name is Billy Huffsey. One of the main things he's taught me throughout my career is keep your mouth shut, shut up. It's just like, shut up. Like, if you don't like something, you don't have to say anything. Like,
Yeah.
if you love something, you really don't have to say anything. Like, if you don't like this president, it's probably not in your best interest to say something all the time. Like, he just taught me that having a sense of anonymity is okay.
Brilliant. Shout out to Billy. He's giving you some good advice. And I think, you've learned a lot from it as well. And, you're developing as an actor as well. Zaire, there's many people that want to become, in these they see watch these big films on Netflix, Prime and all that. And they say, I want to be in there. What would you say as an actor, the advice that you can give them to becoming a good actor or an actress?
Train, train,
Mhm.
train, train. That's all I've done. I
Yeah.
consistently trained from age 5 up until around 19 or 20. I'm only 22.
Okay.
So, yeah, train. And when you train, I promise you, you will naturally network. You won't have to go out your way to meet such and such. Like, the more you train, the more you go to acting lessons and acting classes and acting coaches, you'll meet agents, you'll meet managers, you'll meet PRs, you'll meet all the people you're supposed to meet. You'll meet other actors, and I promise you, one thing will lead to another. Just train and stay consistent.
Thank you. That was the best piece of advice ever. Zaya, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on senior year, Free Ridge. I wish you the best of luck on your music releases coming out this year. And also, congratulations on your previous music releases. Look forward to many projects, seeing you on the big screen as well. And I know you've got a bright future ahead of you as well. But once again, thank you for taking the time out to join me today as well. So a big round of applause, mate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Shout out to the UK. I didn't know there was much love out there. So, yeah, thank you for having me.